hello. Hi. Hey. Hi, hello. Hey. Hi, hello. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hi. Hi. You. Yeah. Hey. Hi. How's it going? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? That's great. So happy for you. Welcome to trick or tingle 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 trick or tingle trick or tingle trick or tingle trick or tingle or tingle tingle tingle. I was just about to settle down for the night. Settle down for the night and read my book. And I thought, why not bring you with me? It's quite a good book so far. It is the Lost World, the lost world, the Lost World by Sir, I believe he is knighted. Is that how they get the title? Don't quote me, but by Sir Arthur Conan Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And if you recognize the name, you probably recognize it from his most famous work, which is Sherlock Holmes. Also, another little piece of trivia. That's like one of my favorite sounds. If you didn't know, I didn't know this until more recently than I would like to admit. But the reason that we see today so many Sherlock Holmes remakes, or so many Peter Pan remakes, or Cinderella, so many of those, is because they are public domain. Public domain. Yeah, like I said, I'm a little embarrassed to admit how recently I found that out. But basically, so it takes a certain amount of time after the creator of the story dies. I think for Arthur Conan Doyle it was like 100 years or something. Again, don't quote me. This is just a little piece of trivia for you to explain as badly to other people as I'm explaining it right now. But yeah, that's why we see so many Sherlock Holmes and all that sort of things, because I've seen a lot of Sherlock Holmes remakes within the past decade. They have the BBC one, they have the Mr. Robert Downey Jr. one. I will say I'm partial to the BBC. Alright, let's I'm gonna just get into this. It's gonna be some mouth sounds, some page sounds, maybe a little tapping if I can remember. Some of it I'm gonna do a little more soft spoken, and then some of it will be whispering, and I think some of it's gonna be a little unintelligible. It is what it is. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, I heard there's something like a crazy number of hours of videos uploaded every second to YouTube, so there's a search bar. I don't know what to tell you, but I hope you do like it. And if you do have any more recommendations, I always liked McArdle, the crabbed, old, round-backed, red-headed news editor, and I rather hoped that he liked me. Of course, Beaumont was the real boss, but he lived in the rarefied atmosphere of some Olympian height from which he could distinguish nothing smaller than an international crisis or a split in the cabinet. Sometimes when he saw him passing a lonely majesties through his inner sanctum with his eyes staring vaguely from his mind, hovering with all the Balkans or the Persian Gulf, he was above us. He was above and beyond us. But McArdle was his first lieutenant, and it was he that we knew. The old man nodded as I entered the room, and he pushed. By the way, if you can hear my dishwasher in the background, I almost find it kind of soothing. So I hope you do too. I hope it's not too distracting. But McArdle was his first lieutenant, and it was he that we knew. The old man nodded as I entered the room, and he pushed his spectacles far up on his bald forehead. Well, Mr. Malone, from all I hear, you seem to be doing very well, he said in his kindly Scotch accent. I thanked him. The colliery explosion was excellent, so was the Southwark fire. You have the true descriptive touch. What did you want to see me about? To ask a favor. He looked alarmed, and his eyes shunned mine. Tut, tut, what is this? Do you think, sir, they could possibly send me on a mission for the paper? I will do my best to put it through and get you some good copy. What sort of mission do you in mind, Mr. Malone? Sir, anything that I mentioned danger, and I will really do my very best. More difficult it was, the better. But soon, if you seem very anxious to lose your life, to justify my life, sir. Well, dear Mr. Malone, this very exalted. I'm afraid that's the day the sort of things are happening because of the special mission business of justified to of course, in any case, it would be only experience, but well, you can me my public confidence because I don't want the people express it. Pepper all felt it. But wait a minute, though. He had with a sudden smile upon his face, talking in public spaces, and that gives me an idea what it is. Fraud, a martyr, emotions, make it ridiculous. You could show him the liar that he is, and then it would be fine. How does it appeal to you? Anything, anywhere, I care nothing. McArdle was plunged in thought for some minutes. I wonder whether you could get on friendly, or at least talking terms with the fellow, he said at last. You seem to have a sort of genius for establishing relations with people. Sympathy, or I suppose animal magnetism, or youthful vitality, or something I'm conscious of in myself. You are very good, sir. So why should you not try your luck with Professor Challenger and Moore Park? I dare say I looked a little startled. Challenger, I cried. Professor Challenger, the famous zoologist. Wasn't he the man who broke the skull of Blundell of the Telegraph? The news editor smiled grimly. Did you mind? Didn't you say it was adventures you went after? It is all in the way business answered exactly. I would suppose he would be so violent that I don't think Blundell got him in the wrong moment. Maybe the wrong fashion, but better luck or more tactic. I'm truly such a racket. I really know nothing about him, said I. I only remember his name in connection with the police court proceedings for Blundell. I have a few notes for your guidance, Mr. Malone. I've had an eye on the professor for some little time. He took a paper from a drawer. Here's a summary of his record. I give it to you briefly. Challenger, George Edward, born Largs, N.B., 1863. Education, Largs Academy, Edinburgh University. British Museum assistant 1892. Assistant keeper of Comparative Anthropology Department, 1893. Resigned after Equinus correspondence. Same year, widow of Crystal. Medal for Zoological Research, foreign master. Member of, well, quite a lot of things, about 2 inches of small type. Societe Belge, American Academy of Sciences. La Plata, etc., ex-president. Paleontological Society, Section H, British. So on. Publications, some observations upon a series of Galmic skulls, outlines of vertebrate evolution, numerous papers, including the underlying fallacy of Weissmannerism, which caused heated recreations, walking, alpine climbing, address, Enmore Park, Kensington, W. There, take it with you. I've nothing more for you tonight. I pocketed. I love that word. Pocketed. I pocketed the slip of paper. One moment, sir, I said as I realized that it was a pink, bald head and not a red face, which was fronting me. I'm not very clear yet why I'm so interview this gentleman when it's, my face splashed back again. Went to South America on a solitary 2 years ago. Me last year, I had undoubtedly went to South America, but if you stare exactly where we began to tell lost figures to play, but somebody started to pick holes and he just shut up like an oyster. Something wonderful happened with the man's steal me, and I which is more probable supposition had some damaged photographs that looked to be fakes. Got so touchy that he assaulted anyone who asked questions, and he supported us down the stairs. In my opinion, it's comments like open maniac with a turn for a second. That's your man, Mr. Malone. Now off you go, see what you can make of him. You're big enough to look after yourself. Anyway, curiosity, employer's liability, you know. Employer's Liability Act, you know. A grinning red face turned when Martin into a pink oval fringed with gingery fluff. I'm gonna read that line again because that was brilliant. I love the imagery. A grinning red face turned once more into a pink oval fringed with gingery fluff. The interview was at an end. And I think this video shall be too.